Hey guys, so this is gonna be like a little update what's going on. I told you I'd get back to you guys once I have more solid proof, more facts for what's going on. So for the newcomers who are just now watching something like this, I did a video talking about how I had a sharp pain in my back and now I'm paralyzed. So just sum it up real quick. It was like a 20 out of 10 pain, went to my back. I tried laying down, it got worse. Overnight, I pretty much became very paralyzed. So I had to go to the emergency room, went to 3 different doctors and stuff. And I finally landed at 2 specialists or whatever. And to sum it up, they still don't know exactly what's going on. All they can tell me is I had a back stroke. So a stroke in my back, my lower spinal cord area too. Because they said the technology can't look at everything, but whatever happened, something, it could be, it could have been a blood clot or something like that. That probably broke off somewhere in my bloodline and cut off a portion of airflow, blood flow to my lower half, which paralyzed me, which is scary. So some of the factors, hypertension, which I've always had, which is high blood pressure. I've always had high blood pressure and stuff like that too. And that's one of the things I never took seriously as a patient for my doctors and stuff. I never took the pill. They always tell me to take the pill. So that's one of the things I'm going to constantly be on top of now. It's constantly that pill because I think the blood pressure is one of the biggest factors at all. So yes, I was a smoker too, and also you get the plaque and stuff in there that could have broke off too. But they're saying that's not the biggest thing. They are saying the blood pressure is the biggest thing because the blood pressure is flowing. It's also warping at your veins, so it's making them work harder and stuff like that too. So I didn't realize how important that was too, especially if it can knock off half your body like that. So that's kind of scary at all too. So, but also I've been trying to tell them too over time. It's the same area too. If I've always heard it. So in the army, I crawl around helicopters. I was a little guy lifting up all this heavy gear, trying to run miles and stuff. We had these 12-mile ruck marches all the time. Always carrying heavy gear and stuff like that too. And I always hunched over. My lower back always take the damage with it too. I never actually like lifting and stuff. I never actually just used my legs. I always overextended my back, and I think between the high blood pressure and me overextending my back is the main cause of it. I mean, I could be wrong, but like I said, I straight up ask them all the time. The little team, the neurosurgeons and stuff, they straight up say we don't know. We think it's this. So they also did a LP lumbar puncture, whatever. I'm not exactly sure what the LP was, but pretty much they put a shot into your back and they draw the DNA or your fluids from your spinal cord. And when they drew that stuff, they took about 7 vials, bottles, or whatever you want to call it, and they kept testing it. So far, they tested so many, and everything's coming back negative. So it's documented in the paperwork saying it's a cryptid something, meaning they don't know. I was like, why does it say cryptid? Because they don't know what it is. So I find that kind of interesting. But I feel like it's been kind of depressing because I feel like I'm just sitting here wasting my life. Move on to the next thing, which is therapy. So I will be heading out Monday sometime for therapy, finding a good little VA thing that specializes in this stuff. So I'm hoping to be able to walk again. I do have some motion. I am feeling better a little bit. Still can't pee on my own, but I am peeing. I feel sensation everywhere, but I still can't. Still don't have motor skills. So from my waist down, which is really disappointing because I like to be when I'm active. I like to move around. I like to do stuff or whatever. That's also some of those walks I wish I actually took. So, but but yeah, I'm looking for probably being in a wheelchair for a while, and it's gonna take a while to probably learn to walk again, the motor skills and stuff like that too. So like my brother and some other people are now they're calling me Uncle Hot Wheels, I guess. So I'm actually gonna be looking up some guy I know or whatever if I can find him to customize me a Funko Pop with me sitting in a wheelchair and title it Uncle Hot Wheels. So yeah, maybe I'll start my own toy brand, right? So very interesting. So, but it's been my pain hasn't been super bad or whatever. One of the hardest parts about trying to move around is I want to do it myself. So I'll like grab the rail right here. I pull myself right. Then I twist my abs, which I can still feel. Then I flop my legs over. So when I flop my legs over, it's twisting my middle, which is also starting to also tighten my abs even more. But also it's also messing with my spasms. Like I'm getting spasms pretty bad. So they put me on like a muscle relaxer and stuff. I take a few Tylenols. I started getting like not a fever, but headaches here and there, and I do not do well with migraines. So I've been trying not to take medicine as possible. But when I really need it, like they'll give it to me and stuff like that too. Um, it's been a wild ride, guys. It's weird. Um, so yeah, so waist down, no feeling. My stomach ab area, it's kind of mixed. I'm starting to get most feeling back too, but like my abs feel like a big ball from just moving around. I did take a shower yesterday, which was super nice. So my core is starting to hold up. When I first started trying to sit up on my own, I felt like my back was trying to pull back and my ab was trying to pull forward. So I was wobbling, and then like it was almost like a drunk mode where I'm like wobbling left or right. I had no bounce whatsoever. So I'm glad my admin area is catching up quick or trying to adapt really quick. So yeah, but it does hurt. My back always feels stiff because I'm not really moving around. Even when they come in and help me out with pillows and stuff like that too, I can't get comfortable, especially with the spasms and stuff like that. My movement waist down though is like my right leg I can twist a little bit, and I have feeling and stuff in there too. My left leg is less feel, but when I try to squeeze my legs together, my left muscle under my thigh or whatever, it feels like it tenses up. It feels like it's trying to be pushed the wrong way, so that's good. The bladder thing is I can feel everything. They do this thing called where they I call it rotting or whatever, but it's pretty much like they throw this thing in you to help you pee or whatever, and they do the straight catheter, they cath me pretty much catheter or whatever. So, but also I'm randomly peeing on myself. If I get too much build up in there, my body shoves it out. So it's supposedly a lot of people that don't respond hold it where they start getting, over their bladder gets too much in there and stuff like that too. So that's kind of weird. But luckily, so my motor skills do work down there and stuff. So that's good. I just got to figure out how to turn it on and off. So I think the best improvement so far with me was my first day in a chair, which is right over there. So they tried raising my feet and stuff up too. I was like, no, guys, let me at least touch the ground. So I would touch the ground, and I felt the ground's pressure and stuff. And I was like, I can almost stand up on this type of pressure, even though I can't technically stand up. So anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update, what's going on and all that stuff too. I should have a video out later on why nostalgia is important to me, especially with something dealing with something like this with depression and stuff. So it should be fun, guys. So thanks for following along, guys. Thank you for all the subscribers. So I can't wait to get back to my toy community stuff 100% and my eBay and all that stuff. So all right, guys, till next time, kiddies.